I'm back from the UK from Download Festival, and I missed out on so many releases, including this one. This is Bring Me the Horizon, the Black and Blue 2026 Repented version. We're starting off with this one because this is one of the most important, biggest releases of the year, I feel like. Bring Me the Horizon, one of the biggest rock bands, now going back to their incredibly heavy deathcore roots. Like, that's really cool. So I know you guys already heard it, probably have your opinions about it, but when it comes to Count Your Blessings, I'm gonna be real. Not a fan, okay? I'm sorry. I don't like it. I never did like it very much. Now, I got into Bring Me with Chelsea Smile, so I like Suicide Season. The Saddest Will Never End with Sam Carter. Like, I love those songs. And then There's a Hell is a great album. But Count Your Blessings was just not my thing, man. You know, when it came to deathcore, like Veil of Maya was what I was into, and like old Born Osiris and stuff. But I have a good feeling that I'll probably like this more. Maybe it's the production, I don't know, but hearing them riff is going to be awesome again. And Buster Oldham mixing this, fuck, man, let's not waste any more time. This is Bring the Horizon, Black and Blue, the 2026 Repentant. That's enough chit chat. Ooh. Oh man, how I miss the riffs, even from this era, right? Hammer on block riffs. Dude, I barely remember this song, so, but this sounds fucking cool. Really pay attention to the drums and how they're mixed. This is sick. There's a solo in this song, right? That snare's really popping off there. This is insane how they still have it in them. Oh. Yeah, okay. Dude. Ooh. This is so sick. It's making me nostalgic. still got it? Of course they do, but like, what a like interesting kind of reaction, because not gonna lie, for like the first like 2 minutes I thought it was like really cool, but it kind of just reminded me like I'm not into Count Your Blessings very much. But as the song went on, I started to like it more. I think just the solo, right, and just hearing those riffs and hearing Lee just fucking riff and Matt go off on the drums is so fucking sick. Also, Ollie sounds great. All these things I think are very like, I wouldn't say surprising, but I think going into this, you know, and how much Bring the Horizon has evolved, but you know that they have their finger on the pulse with the modern metal scene and like how much they respect it, that they still clearly have a love for the metal, the new upcoming acts, that they probably still got that talent. Here, the proof is in the pudding. Like, seriously, they obviously have the talent. They still can riff. All these vocals still sound just as good, right? Now, I wonder how much the OG fans will like this over like this new mix, because, you know, I recently just checked out Count Your Blessings again in preparation for this, and I just knew that the guitars were so loud in the mix. The drums were maybe a little bit buried and stuff, but that was kind of like the allure back then. Now, with this, it sounds a lot more polished in terms of mixing, but I do appreciate that they're not overproducing this record with like, you know, effects or anything. Like, I don't think they would, but I just, again, appreciate that after like Post-Human, Next Gen, Survival, like all that stuff, they just are adding a lot of bells and whistles to the music. But here, it's just guitars, drums, vocals, bass, you know, and it just sounds really like human and raw. And now it doesn't sound as raw as their angsty teenage selves like back in the day, right? But still, I appreciate what they're doing here. And Buster mixing this, I think, is a very interesting talking point, because if you don't know anything about Buster Odholm, he's one of the best producers in the scene that has... He's kind of changing the sound of modern metal because of his production style and the way that he mixes his drums and everything. And you can hear that a little bit here, but also it's not like Thal sounding, but you can tell that the drums are a little bit more balanced and even out. I feel like everything here is even out a lot better than the original album. Now, it's preference. I think a lot of people will appreciate, you know, this, but will go back to the OG because they just love that OG sound. It's like something, a product of its time when you listen to records from like the 2000s, right? Now this sounds like a product of the current time, and I think that's what's cool about it. I actually personally, as someone who could not get into Count Your Blessings, I like this version more. Could be a hot take. Now again, I got into them with like Chelsea Smiles, like Suicide Season, so it's not that different, but I do find that I like the mixing on this a little bit more. I thought some of the riffs and like the dynamics between switching the solos into like Ollie's vocals, just, I don't know, it wasn't so hard on the ears. I just felt like the dynamics were like evened out pretty well here. But yeah, this was fucking sick. This is so cool. And another thing, like, it goes without saying, it's very, very cool that Bring the Horizon, being one of the biggest bands in the world right now, is showing love to their early records like this. So many bands that we look at totally like disregard their old material and just like want it to fucking go away. Bring the Horizon is like the opposite. They know that there's a strong fan base or a big fan base that's into this stuff. And I think that's really cool for Bring to show respect for fans who've been listening to them for decades, right? I think that's really, really cool of Ollie and really cool of the band. Also, they do have their finger on the pulse. They do want to bring metal into the masses. Like, there's so much I respect about them for doing something like this, and also try to keep it somewhat of an OG sound. Now, there's another example that I can think of a band that I fucking love called Thrice. Like, you probably hear me talking about them all the time, but they did a 20th anniversary re-recording of one of their albums, one of their classic albums, albums, but they changed it to a way to make it sound like how they play live now. So it sounds a lot different. Like, oh, this is like the new version of this band, but they're playing their older songs. So it's cool, and I really do like it. But what I found interesting here with Bring Me is that this sounds like old school Bring Me, just with more cleaner production. And I think it's going to make for an interesting conversation between the OG fans and the newer fans. My perspective is someone from Suicide Season who could not get into Count Your Blessings, who enjoys this mix a little bit more. Yeah. Take that with what you will, but I thought this was really cool, man. I am going to give this an 8.5, honestly. I'm going to give this an 8.5 because of all those things I mentioned. Not just the song itself, but what Bring Me is doing, and just, you know, respect. I have respect for this band and showing love for their older material. So 8.5, but I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. So comment down below. Spice up my life. Guys, what did you think about this one? I'd love to know. Also, if you got to this point in the video, I haven't clicked off, then I appreciate the shooting, man. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to leave a like to the video. But on that, thank you for tuning in. Till next time. Peace.